Hello guys and welcome back to Toucan Tarot. Today's reading, what will my future spouse be like, or your future partner, if you don't believe in marriage, but what will your future big love be like? I love these kind of readings. I did a poll on my community page about what readings you want next. A lot of career came up. Spouse was of course the top, so this is the one I'm going to do today. But we've got lots of exciting readings. Do let me know below or on my community page. Give me ideas, guys. I need ideas for the readings you want to see and hear. But yes, today it's all about the spouse. And rather than last time, which was, leading up to meeting them, or I've done videos on when will I meet them and so forth, this is all about them. So what they're going to be like, their qualities, and, as the majority of you know, I really read through my guides. So we'll see what messages come through today about your future spouse. If you want to get straight, going straight away now, timestamps are down below. We've got number 1, number 2, number 3. Number 1 is the beautiful castle. These are I love these, they're the archetypes oracle. So for number 1, it's the castle. For number 2, the siren. And for number 3, we have the mountain. So really take some deep breaths. Aren't these just beautiful cards, by the way? Really take some deep breaths and figure out what resonates with you. We've got 1, 2, and 3. And again, you can skip ahead below in the timestamps. But yeah, I just wanted to take an opportunity to say I'm really feeling so much love from all you guys and all my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'm on my way to 2,000. That's my next target. So if you could help me get there, it would mean the world. And it's great bit of energy exchange. I always say, people often ask to donate as an example to my channel, but the best way you can do that and the best energy exchange is literally subscribing. Go ahead and like the video and commenting. It really helps me with the YouTube algorithm, and it just means the world. Thank you for those that have been commenting and liking on my community page. I can't believe I have my own little growing community. It's so humbling and awesome. I can't tell you how much joy it brings me. I truly love reading tarot. I'm really enjoying it. It just brings such great energy, and I hope you are too. So thank you. Without further ado, let's get on with today's reading. So again, what will your future spouse stroke partner be like? Again, we've got the castle, the siren, and the mountain. If you chose the castle, number 1, then this reading is for you. Let's go ahead and get started with pile 1. I'm going to pop those aside for the moment. So pile 1, you chose the beautiful castle. I'm going to pull out more cards before I get into it, but we'll pop the castle up there. I'm going to be using Lunar Soul. I'm loving this deck recently. I've been using it a lot, as you've probably seen, but I'm just feeling so drawn to it. The images are just beautiful. And I'm really enjoying reading upright, which, this deck, I do whatever guides me on the day whether to read upright or not, to be honest with you. But with these, I'm always guided to read upright. See, that's what we are doing. And we're trying to channel now. So, Spirit, tell us, what will their future spouse be like? Pile 1. What will your future spouse be like? I've got the King of Cups coming through straight away there. I'm going to keep that out. We've got the Sun. Oh, lovely cards. We've got the 8 of Wands. We have the 10 of Cups. Oh, this is a lot of love in this card. And then let me also pull, I'm going to pull some Moonology just to get the underlining vibe. Again, I've already give these a good shuffle. But let's go ahead. We've got Waxing Moon. We have the Gibbous Moon. And then let's have a look. I'm going to pull Animal Oracle out as well. And we've got the Moose. I'm going to pull a few more, but let's start with these, shall we? So let's get cracking straight ahead. Sorry guys, my camera wigged out a little bit there. So we start with the castle. Let's start there. So what do we know about the castle? You think of the palace, the penthouse, oh my guide saying the fortress. It's the place of fairy tales, right? The tale of sleeping princesses within the castle walls. it's loaded with duality though, this card. You know, it represents both abundance and riches, abundant riches, seductive fantasy is what's another thing coming through. Ornate wonders and just lavish, you can't get my words out today, lavish, why can't I say that word, sorry, lavish endowment. So real, again, penthouse is one of the biggest, easiest ways. Palace, penthouse, fortress. We're talking about definitely, you know, a very high achiever. This person, you know, has built their castle or is fully on the way to building it. Very much a homely person as well. I mean, a castle is a big old place, but, you know, much like the King of Cups, who is just so deep and full of love and so forth, and this is definitely the card that's coming through to represent them. Very homely person, so real high achiever, but somebody that absolutely loves their home. They're going to make you feel homely. They're going to make you feel, you know, very much a family unit. You know, we see here with the Ten of Cups, and again, I'll get onto them. All these are just marrying each other perfectly, these cards are, by the way. But yeah, real homely vibe, but definitely, as well as all the romance and that type of person, you know, the castle definitely represents the material world as well. You know, it lulls with a spell of materialism, shall we say. Big dreamer as well, for sure. It's a real motivating force, the castle. You know, this person, and we see here with the Eight of Wands as well, they've got so much ambition and drive and so forth, and it's kind of crazy. You know, we're talking your real top end achievers here, so well done, pile number one. You're going to be living a nice old life. We've got the King of Cups as well, and what do we know about the King of Cups? I'm definitely feeling coming through here a Scorpio Libra vibe. Obviously certainly the Scorpio with that raw kind of moving forward momentum, but this person, as I mentioned in the beginning, really feels deeply. You know, you've definitely got a deep thinker, deep lover, as far as you'll really be able to have meaningful and deep and strong conversations with this person. Communication will be very easy with this person. You know, they very much wear their heart on their sleeve, so to speak. So you're always going to know where you stand. They're very much an open book as far as their feelings go. Not only that, but they have a massive, you know, very much ascended level of maturity. So again, you're never going to be wondering what's happening with this person. They're always going to tell you exactly where they're at, exactly what they're feeling, and exactly what it is that they want. So again, just a super mature communicator and thinker, very balanced. They take their responsibilities very seriously. People that often get to this castle status do, right? You know, you only achieve those high echelons of life through balance and through having and being very good with responsibilities. But they do take their responsibilities very seriously. And again, going back to, you know, this person is a home giver, a caregiver. I mean, regardless whether you're female or male, or your counterpart will be female or male, you know, whichever resides with you. But they're very much, you could be like that stay-at-home parent kind of vibe with this person. They very much want to look after you. I just got a really lovely feeling then, because I'm guessing that the majority of people watching this pile are really hard workers themselves. So to meet someone like this is really taking that weight off your shoulders that you've always felt, which is so lovely. You know, they're going to be able to elevate all your stress and worries, certainly in the financial regard. Sorry, something's literally just fallen off my wall here. Certainly in the financial regard, so that you truly can, you know, they really want to be that leader of, not leader of the family, because as I said, they're very mature in their thinking, and certainly when it comes to emotions, they're not a leader in the family, like with that ego vibe. And the truth is, if you wanted to go out to work, they would absolutely, you know, be fine with that and encourage it and really drive you forward, actually. But, you know, they love to look after. They love to look after. They're very, very proud of, you know, everything they've created. And here's the thing. They've created it for their family, for you. They've not created it just for themselves. It's for their family. So, again, a really giving person. Always what we see with the Queen of Cups, King of Cups rather, is that romance, right? So we're talking so much love and romance are going to be flowered and dashed with. Oh, I'm getting all the tingly vibes, guys. I'm so excited for you. I want this person. They're just, you're going to feel so loved. Oh, that made me feel really emotional, because again, I don't know whether you fully felt that in your life, but this person is going to feel, make you feel more loved than anyone you've ever been with. And rightly so, they're your future spouse, right, or future partner. They're really intuitive, so they'll know when you're feeling, a certain way, and because of their level of maturity when it comes to their emotions, they're really going to be able to just, you're going to love that about them, that they know what you're feeling and thinking sometimes before even you do. They're there. This isn't someone that you're going to have to drop hints or this. They're so switched on when it comes to you and your emotions and feelings, and they're very intuitive with that, for sure. They are just a true romance and home giver and carer, but you've got all the love coming your way. We see the beautiful sun here, as well, and this speaks again of a highly ascended state. We spoke about then that they have such a highly ascended sense of maturity, that was the word, but we're looking at this real highly ascended state of innocence as well, and joy and freedom. They really are such a measured growth. This is the perfect person. Literally. They're so measured, and they're just happy all the time. They've reached a stage, I will say that this hasn't come to them. My guide is saying here, nothing is perfect, because they literally sound perfect. They are. But, it's been a journey and a struggle to get there. Remember, this is a king. In order to get to king, you go through all the other steps as well. And believe you me, they have. But certainly the person that when they're with you, and by the time that you meet them, if you have already, or, you're waiting to meet them, then this is the state that they're going to be in. And it's truly beautiful. They're full of joy and freedom, I want to say. And they just, the kind of person that kind of feels that abundance is available to us all, they're very much, the book, it's just literally come right into my vision there. The book, The Secret. You've all probably read it, if not heard of it, The Secret. And it's about, I'm a big believer in this, whatever you fill your mind with is what the universe attracts, and attraction of the universe and so forth. This person, that is just the way they are constantly. They very aware, and they've had to learn this along the way, that again, whatever it is we fill our mind up is what we will receive. So they're very good, and they've mastered almost the act of, so they're so abundant, and they believe that abundance is available to us all. Real positive motivator here, for sure. But they feel free, they've reached that level, and it's infectious. It's so infectious. Again, this person, of course, on the love side of things, they're going to love you deeply. You're never going to have felt so loved. You're never not going to feel loved by this person. Oh, this is so sweet. But certainly how they are outwardly to others, they just radiate joy and happiness. They're very infectious as a person. They're the kind of people that you meet that everyone adores, everyone loves. They love to be around because they're just so positive, and their energy is absolutely infectious. They have beautiful energy. But yeah, really, really amazing. We've got the Eight of Wands here that we spoke about as well. And this is again about energy and moving forward, and that's all this person does. Remember, we spoke about they also have this materialistic kind of end. So it's not just a house, it's a castle. It's not just, a wagon, it's a full-on car and the best of. And so they do have that materialistic end, but it's because they have so much drive. And again, the beautiful part about this is it isn't just them that they want to fulfill. They want to fulfill their family, very family orientated. We see that here with the Ten of Cups. And this is just, completion. You make them feel complete, and the family that you raise together, whether that be with children or pets or whatever, in each of you individuals watching this feel, it's going to be beautiful. And there's literally, it sounds too good to be true, but again, so much hardship has come before this, but this is your spouse when you meet them, when you're with them. And it really is going to be a very romantic, the vibe I'm getting here is, there's couples that have just been together forever, and still in their old age, you see them at a bus stop, right? A really old couple at a bus stop, or, wherever, and they're holding hands and they're still very romantic, and you think, You know, that's love. Still at the age of 80, 90 plus, they're holding hands, and you see, you know, one of them really looking after the other or helping, and that's this. that's what's happening here. We've got the energy is gaining momentum with the waxing moon, and you're very close to achieving your goal, the gibbous moon. They are always close, you know, they've had goals that they've already achieved, their castles, and they certainly don't stop, you know. The energy is always gaining momentum, the same as the Eight of Wands here. They're just constantly pushing themselves forwards for a better, more peaceful. Again, they are materialistic, but they're very balanced with it. They're not just that, you know, they have everything. Oh, I'm so happy for you. We've got the moose here as well. Engagement, boldness, commanding attention. Definitely they are, you know, they certainly do engage. They engage every single person that comes into their path, and I will say leaves them with this amazing, amazing feeling, which is why people are so attracted to them. Not on a, well, for you it will be on a romantic level, but just in general, you know, those infectious people. And they are very bold. You don't get the castle without making bold moves. The commanding attention, it's in a different way though. It's not in that egotistical way. It's their energy commands attention. And they don't command it necessarily, they just attract it. I think commanding is definitely the wrong word here. It's attract attention. But not in a showman kind of vibe, because they just really are just a very successful person all round, but most importantly with heart. And that's what sets them apart from these, you know, you get, you know, wealthy people as an example that have achieved a lot, but you know, some may admire what they've achieved, but you know, they say, don't they, that really successful people, you have to do some dirty things to get there. Not this person. This person is a successful person with heart, and that is why. Oh my goodness, I think there's a helicopter whirling above. I'm so sorry if you can hear that. But this is why they attract so much positive and good energy, because they're successful with heart. Oh, I'm so excited for you. I really hope you've enjoyed this reading. Of course, this is just a small reading for YouTube about, you know, your future spouse and partner. If you did want to go into more depth, of course, we've just really hit on them. But if you wanted to go into more depth, anything surrounding this or maybe something else, I have just opened up my private reading, so you can check that out on my website. All the links are below. And yeah, I can't wait for you to experience this. Let me know your thoughts below. This is super exciting, and I'm very intrigued as to your thoughts. But sunshine, you have it all, and you got it all coming to you. And my guide is saying, you know, in those moments where you're feeling a little bit, you know, lack of motivation or so forth, know that this is coming, and you know, it's very much a happy ever after. And again, I just got tingles because I feel that you so deserve that. And what a beautiful, beautiful reading. I think this is the best reading I've done recently as far as a person. I mean, you can't get better than this. They literally are ticking every box, aren't they? Sending you so much love and light. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and comment if you haven't already. It all helps and is the best energy exchange. And I will see you soon again, hopefully, maybe for a private reading. Take care, guys. Peace out and all the love. Hello guys, if you chose number 2, which was this stunning card, the Siren, isn't that just beautiful? This is your reading. I'm going to pop the Siren up there, we'll go into that in a moment, and pop these aside. And today we're looking at what will your future spouse stroke partner be like, you know, the one for you. I love doing readings like this because they're normally so positive, or certainly positive in the sense that they give us a bit of insight, right? Into what's to come, which is always nice, especially on rainy days. I'm going to be using the Lunar Soul to read this, so let's see what messages. As most of you know, if you've watched my videos before, we very much concentrate on the messages from my guides. You know, that's really how I read my cards. Really, the cards just act as a trigger. But we'll see what messages we can get up today. And again, I've done videos in the past, as I mentioned, about when will we meet them, leading up to it. This is all about them, what they're like, so their personality traits, their vibe, and we'll just see what comes through. Let's have a look, shall we? Tell us, for pile 2, Spirit, what will their future spouse or partner be like? Okay, we have Justice. We have the 9 of Swords. We have the 8 of Cups, And we have the Page of Swords. And I'm also going to pull out a couple of Moonology cards just to get the overall vibe of the situation. And I'm going to pull an animal oracle I'm feeling as well. Let's have a look. So we have full moon in Aquarius. Oh, this is nice, guys. And full moon in Cancer. There's a lot of full moons here. And then I'm going to pull one more. We might pull some more as we go along. Let's see how it goes. Well, let's pull an animal oracle as well. Let's see what we get up here. We've got the hippo, the hippopotamus. I love this. Oh, pile 2, you know, this is lovely. So this is all about them and what they're like. Let's start with the Siren. What do we know about the Siren? The Temptress, right? The Seducer. Again, isn't this just the most prettiest card? And, you know, the Siren, it's all about, again, that Seducer, the Temptress, the flirt. You know, the Siren calls and the world spins. What we thought we wanted, you know, pales in comparison to the sweet allure of her song. This is very much a charmer. Without a doubt, and they will make you feel that way again, the seducer. This is the kind of person that after an argument you can't stay mad at for too long because they seduce you back in again. They're very good at that. They're very good at getting you back on side. They're very, very charming. Again, the temptress, the seducer type. They always find their way back to dry land. And that's the thing, the random thing that's coming through. I know that might sound odd, but you know, it's like they always land on their feet. They always land on their feet, this person. So they're very happy-go-lucky. I will say that they have been through a bit of a tough time recently. We see with the Justice card and even the Hippo, but let's go one by one. So we've got the Justice card here. And I mean, straight up with the Justice card, but my guide is saying that, you know, it's very much what the card says in this case, which is they've been through a lot of learning and karma are the words that are coming through. You know, they have been through quite the journey. But they're really starting to balance themselves out. You know, everything has been brought back into balance, and you know, they're very good at that as well, of finding that justice and fairness and bringing things back into balance. So even when, again, they always land on dry land, right? Even when things go slightly awry or slightly off, they always land on their feet. And this is something to know about your future spouse, because even when times get, you know, difficult, you always know that they're going to be okay, and my guide's saying that you will feel that as well. So you will always feel very secure in that sense with this person, that no matter what comes at you, you will always know that you'll be okay. Oh, isn't that lovely? I really love that. But yeah, they certainly have been through an awful lot. They didn't have the best upbringing. I'm seeing a lot of, you know, we've got the Nine of Swords here. And normally this signifies what, insomnia, but what I'm seeing in this case is they've been quite bullied in their life. They've had a lot of stress, nightmares, and bullies. They've not had the best support. You know, I'm seeing like a lone wolf almost in that sense, that they've not had the best support network around them. And this is where their strength has grown from, because they've had to have their own back and fight their own corner. But it has what's made them balanced, because, you know, if we go through life plain sailing, you never, and then you get struck down for the first time, you don't know what to do, right? This person has been through it over and over again. So they've really learned, it's someone that's really learned and grown from not only their mistakes, but the mistakes of others. They've been, you know, they've not had the best ride. And that's not just because of their actions, but a lot, the majority. Oh, I just want to give them a hug. They really have been through the mill, but that, you know, it's not a case of feeling sorry. Remember, you know, the universe, everything happens for a reason, and it's made them into the person that they are today and that they will be for you, which is a really loving, strong, such a strong person. But yeah, they've really had to run away, but not, it's not running away, it's, you know, like we see with the Eight of Cups here. and they're almost rowing away, and at first sight you might think they're rowing away from all this emotions and so forth, but they're running towards themselves, and that's very much what they've done their whole life. Is they've been running, but rather than running away, they've been running to find their true selves and getting away from situations and people that just do not serve them. Oh, they really have been through the absolute mill, but again, it has made them so strong, that we wouldn't believe. They are good at communication. They have very clear communication. We've got obviously with the Page of Swords here, but there's definitely something in them that does hold back a little bit. And my guide is saying that that's something that you will be able to help them with. You know, with their communication, sometimes they can be a little bit, it's almost like they're incapable of mature, clear communication, but that's because they've always been such, you know, it's not too much of a negative, guys, and don't be put off by that. Well, you won't be. You're going to marry this person. But it's because they've always been that lone wolf that we spoke about. You know, they've never had the option to really push through with someone else and discuss, and this is something, oh, this is so lovely. This is something that you two together as a partnership, as a connection, are really gonna, you know, certainly for them will help them, because I'm hearing that, you know, you certainly will be better in that department, and seeing your openness. And my guide's saying a bit of advice for you is, you know, be vulnerable with this person. Show them how open and vulnerable you are with your communication as well, and that will help them. But the reason again for that they may block up a little bit sometimes is again because they've very much gone through life alone, and they've never had people around that are interested enough. Oh, I feel so sad for their past, but again, we mustn't, because they're great now and it's made them who they are. But yeah, they've never had people around that really have cared to ask and to communicate properly with them, you know. But wow, what a strong person this is. And the fact that they are, you know, there's such charming kind of character trait that they have to them, shows you that also, regardless what has happened in the past with this person, they've not let it affect their sparkle. And that's such, I can't tell you now, what an amazing, wonderful trait that is. You know, you think of the people that have really been to the end of this earth, and you see, oh, I don't know why I'm getting upset here, but you see these children that have nothing in the third world as an example, yet they're still smiling and playing. Why am I getting so emotional? I'm getting really emotional for this person. But they still have that sparkle, and it's a sparkle of life. And I'm getting so emotional, guys. I've actually got tears in my eyes. What is wrong with me? They deserve everything, and they're going to have everything with you. But they've really, you know, they've not lost that passion for life, and it's beautiful. It's one of the things that you will absolutely fall in love with them, not just because they're charming and they seduce you, but because you just, much like I'm feeling now, they blow you away in their tenacity, their strength. You know, we all think we have rough rides in life, but then you meet someone like this, and it puts the things into perspective a bit. And for still to be, I'm getting really emotional, guys. Oh my goodness. It's just, these are pretty special people. And as are you, you know, this is the person that you're going to fall in love with, but you really do, you're very blown away by how resilient and strong they are. And it's so, I'm crying, but happy tears. It's such you know, I'm absolutely in awe of this person and people like them. And they're so motivational. They're so again, you know, this is their past. Who they are now is this strong, motivational, amazing. And they don't realise, that's a really nice quality of this person. They don't realise how, that when, you know, I'm crying here, it's just, when you meet again that type of person, it really blows you away. And that they would look at us, you know, reacting this way, which you will. You'll feel exactly what I just felt then. And they'll be like, what you doing, you donut? You know, get yourself together, it's fine. And they don't dwell on things that have gone, which is also an amazing quality. They're very humble. Oh, this is such a lovely energy in person. Show the world the real you. And that's what they're now doing, you know, and this is what you will help them with as well, is come out of their shell a little bit more, certainly on the communication, but personally she reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. You know, again, this person is coming around in their cycles, and they've still got a bit of way to go here on the communication, but they will absolutely get there. But they are completing a cycle of everything that's been before, and they're that full beautiful moons that you see here of completion. We've got the hippopotamus. I love this card. Stimulation, actualizing goals, emergence. And this really feels like them emerging strong and healthy and ready for everything that's to come. What a beautiful reading, guys. I got all the feels from this reading. I hope you did too. Of course, this is just a very short reading for my YouTube channel, so definitely please, if you want to go into any of this in more detail, I do, then hit me up in the private readings, and we can go from there and really you know, get into it. But I'm sending you so much love right now. I always do meditation at the end of each reading, and I'm going to be sending you lots of Reiki love, so get ready for good vibes to come your way, and I'm going to try and send some their way as well. But I really hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and like. It really is the best energy exchange for your reading and really helps me, so I would appreciate that if you haven't already. And yeah, I'm sending you all the love and light. I hope to see some of you in private readings, and if not, I'll see you on my next video. Take care, guys. Sending all the love and light. Welcome back, pile 3. If you chose the beautiful mountain card, this reading is for you. Isn't that just stunning? I'm in absolute love with this deck. It's the Archetype Oracle. But if you chose the mountain, what a guy, what a girl, then this reading is for you. I'm going to pop those aside. We'll get into the mountain in a moment. I'm feeling to pull some, let's have a look here. We're going to use Lunar Soul. I'll give these a really good shuffle. You have to excuse me, I just got really emotional in the last reading. I'm going to pull myself together. But yeah, I read mostly, those of you that have seen my channel before, watched my channel before, and my videos will know that I mostly read through my guides. So we're asking Spirit and the guides today to tell us, pile number 3, the mountain, what will your future spouse and partner be like? We'll get as many messages through as possible. I was saying earlier, unlike my last videos which focused on meeting them and the run-up to meeting, this is all about them. So we're going to be looking at their personality and traits, and we'll just see what else comes through. Right, we have the 10 of Discs. Does not surprise me with the mountain. We've got the 8 of Swords. We have the Ace of Cups. Let's have a look. Straighten those up. Sorry, I'm a bit of OCD and how the cards are looking. And we've got the 5 of Discs. Let's pull. I'm going to pull some Moonology as well. Oh, I really need to liven myself up. I really just got very emotional in the last reading. Let's have a look at pile 3, the energies. We've got Fixed Moon, Hold Your Vision. This is so stereotypical for this mountain, I can't tell you. And Disseminating Moon. Guys, there's so much energy here. I'm literally feeling the energy. I said I need to pull myself together. This energy is giving me strength in itself. Let me pull I'm going to pull an animal oracle as well. We've got the dog. Yes. Right. Should we just get straight into it? We've got the mountain here. What do we know about this beautiful mountain? There's just, you know, think of the kind of person, you see them standing at the top, that it takes to climb a mountain. It's, you know, the mountain stands eternally in our awareness, calling us towards its peak. It stirs up stoic and, what's the word, regal feelings, reminding us the long line of spirit sages. I just got completely what's and everything. You know what just came tumbling through my mind is someone literally climbing up Mount Everest. That kind of character was looking at someone with real determination, real focus, goal getter, goal setter, record breaker, you know, someone that really pushes the boundaries. You know, this person does not just climb the mountain, they are the mountain. They are its core, its heart, and its peak. You know, we're talking about a risk taker as well here. But much like the dog, you know, huge devotion and huge resilience. You know, they keep going until they reach their goal. So we're talking about a real high energy, focused, driven person here, without a shadow of a doubt. Someone that would literally climb Mount Everest. That's what's coming through. If you can imagine that, there's the biggest thing that's coming through here. But yeah, super inspiring. They inspire all of those around them with their just go get it, you know, attitude, and they're very competitive as well. You know, someone not competitive in a egotistical way, but they just love the thrill. It's like they love the thrill of achieving something, and high achievers they absolutely are. We've got the Ten of Dis here as well. You know, good fortune and abundance, shall we say, without a shadow of a doubt, and the very, it's like that is their destiny to be this high achiever. But we see the Ten of Dis, and it speaks of, you know, certainly in the material world, they very much get everything that they put their mind to. But that's because of that tenacity and that drive that they have within them. So as far as family life, you know, you're definitely always going to have everything that you want. They're going to make sure of it. And they push. I almost, you know, in job side of things, I mean, anything high achieving, but definitely I can imagine very much an office-based, but a high-end, you know, CEO, or certainly very high up on the management chain. But then very much, you know, off skiing at the weekend, climbing a mountain. So that mixture of intellect with physical world is very, that's a good kind of, that's a good analogy of them. Physical meets, you know, material world, and that's where they're at. So it's very well balanced, I will say that much. And they definitely don't ask for help as much as they should. You know, they do block themselves up just a little bit. We see that here with the Eight of Swords and the Five of Dis. You know, they're very much feeling of they're always on their own, carrying a burden of some kind. But that's just because they're so go get it that it's that others can't keep up with them. You know, like they say, that top 1%. They find it actually very lonely because there's not many people that are like that or can strive to that. That's almost the vibe I'm getting here. You're definitely going to be able, my guide's saying here that you'll be a real, I'm literally just seeing their shoulders go from all tense to, and that's something they're really going to admire about you, is you manage to do that for them, is just unburden them of sometimes the stress that they feel. But it is their own, you know, they put themselves in this little tower of their own swords with their own eyes being, you know, if you look closely here, I love this card, it's a great analogy. They're at the top of a tower, which has got stairs they can easily climb down. They've put all these swords in the ground and their hair's covering their eyes. You know, it's all completely, they've put themselves in this place. But again, it's because they've always kind of, a bit of a vibe from pile 1 in the sense of that pile 2 that I've just done. Not the same at all, but in the sense that I mentioned with them, this lone wolf kind of character. But again, that's because they're very high achieving. You know, they're climbing that mountain and they're the first to the top. You know, others aren't even close to them yet. So they're used to having that insular, you know, action in their life, and this is what they're going to love about you coming in and really shaking that up and making them feel, you know, that they part of a pack, much like the dog. You know, you complete and make them feel like a pack rather than that lone wolf we spoke about. We've got the dog, and what does the dog speak of? It speaks of service. I love this little collie here. Service, devotion, honesty, and you know, they're very straightforward, which is why they are, you know, high achieving in work. They're very clear communication in that sense. So you're always going to get honesty from them. That's never going to be an issue. You're never going to feel like this person's hiding something from you. But they don't always necessarily vocalize it, but if you ask, you will receive. You know, they will always be very direct with you, and they're so devoted to you, much like they're devoted to that mountain, you know, until they climb the top there. They're so devoted to you as well, and they very much will show you that. You know, you're never going to feel overlooked. That's the word. You're never going to feel overlooked. You're always going to feel the energy that this person is utterly devoted to you. We see the Ace of Cups here, you know, and again, this speaks of new love and passion. The funny thing is, and you know, I don't know your ages out there. Some of you may be meeting this person later on. Again, I have various ages that watch this video. Some of you, it might be your first. But for you, regardless of their age, they might be 41 or they might be 21. Regardless, you are going to be their first true love. You know, you may have felt love before. I mean, obviously this is spouse, so you're never going to know a love like the love that you two eventually build and have. You know, this is your forever person and you're theirs. But even love in general, or fancy, or, you know, really caring for someone deeply, you're going to be there first. Which is so lovely. But I think a lot of that is to do with that they just do not let their barriers down, you know. They've always been so... I'm also feeling as well, we mentioned that because they are such a high achiever and that they're worried about getting used a lot. So, you know, they very much have their defences up, like that lone wolf that gnarls his teeth when people approach. And you're just going to slip right through. There's not going to be any defence with you. And I think you're going to really take them aback by that, because you're the first person that they're really going to feel, oh, I feel a lot. I'm a real emotive. I feel in my readings. And I just felt this huge release of everything, stress, worry. I think you're really going to knock them off their feet as to how you are with them. You know, how you are with them, I think they're going to not be very familiar with, as far as how people normally approach them in a bit of awe and this and that. You're just quite, I can just see you bolding in, hi, not even giving a second thought. Yeah, how you doing today? You know, let's get at this. Whereas most people, they enter the room, it's like, not that they're necessarily a celebrity, it could be for some of you, but you know, when most people meet a celebrity and they're like in awe and they're this top high achiever and celeb, and you know, they treat them a certain way, and you know, the celebrities, it's fans, isn't it, and celebrities, whereas you're going to walk in as if, you know, they're an absolute normal average Joe, and they love that because they're not used to that. Yeah, I just feel like a real release from them when you come into the equation, but very much you are a brand new love to them. Hold your vision and time to breathe out. They absolutely do hold their vision. You know, they're very focused. We've got the fixed moon here, and that's a really good analogy of them. The fixed moon, because they do not take their eye off the prize, and they won't with you either. They're going to sweep you up when they meet you and not want to let you go, because again, they like achieving what it is that they want, and you are on that list. Take time to breathe out. They definitely need to remember doing this, disseminating room, and again, that's something you're going to really be able to help relieve the stress of. This is really cool, because I am definitely feeling, again, not celeb, but you know, that vibe of they're such a high achiever or a big go-getter that they're a very exciting person. I almost want to say, and this isn't necessarily the right analogy, but for some reason it keeps coming through, and I don't mean at all on the sexual side, although who knows. But you know, like Mr. Grey out of 50 Shades of Grey, you know how closed up he was, and then he met the girl, I can't remember her name, and then slowly he brings down his barriers and so forth, and then it's almost like that. And again, not at all the 50 Shades of Grey situation, so don't get this twisted, but that kind of thing where you meet someone that's this stern and, you know, very serious and goal-driven person, and you're just like marshmallow, chilled out, and you just help them melt. This is so lovely. Of course, this is a short YouTube reading, guys, but if you did want to go into this in more detail, and I hope you do, because I want to know more about this situation. I want to know the before, the after, the in the middle, so many questions. But if you do want to go into these questions, don't be, please go ahead and book in for a private reading. I've opened up my books this month. It's been a joy doing private readings. I really love it, because we can get a little bit more personal and in depth into particular situations. But this has been lovely. Let me know your thoughts below. Have you met this person already? Are they coming? I'm interested. Let me know down below in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps me out, and it's the perfect energy exchange for your reading. But yeah, I'm sending all the love to you. You've got some exciting times. This lone wolf at the top of this mountain. Soon there'll be 2 of you at that peak. Yay, I'm so excited for them to meet you as well. But sending you all the love and light. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Again, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment below. I love hearing from you, and I will see you soon. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.